Hello everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 23 with the Youth Academy only Guiseley save, and it's a very special episode today because it's our first major cup final of the series. Let's go in and have a look. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back. And I know there will be people among you that say the Carabao Cup isn't a major cup final, but I think in this sort of save you classify it as a major cup final because it does get you back into Europe. It's not like the Papa John's Trophy, it's not like the FA Trophy, it's not like the ones that we do for when we're the lower ranked teams in the lower divisions. This is us getting to a fully fledged FA competition final with the Premier League teams involved, and we're here playing Newcastle. It's actually been a really good season so far. If we go and have a look at the competitions then, in the Premier League we are currently 4th. We have a game in hand on Liverpool, Man City and Tottenham who are above us. We've played the same as West Ham and Chelsea who are below us. But 2 points clear of West Ham, 3 points clear of Chelsea and 3 points off Liverpool in 3rd. So if we win our game of hand by 21 goals to 0, we'll go above them on goal difference. So yeah, that'll be pretty interesting. But no, a really good season. I mean, it's been very consistent, as you can see from here. So it's never been below 9th, as high as 2nd, steadily along at 4th, steadily along at 3rd, back down to 4th at the moment. But yeah, we've been playing some very nice football, and part of that is due to a new system that we sort of flick between. We'll go and look at that in a minute. We'll probably use it to start against Newcastle. We have got through in the Europa League where we've been drawn against Dynamo Zagreb, who we beat in last year's Champions League phase, but the Europa League went very well indeed. We can go and have a look at that if we go and have a look at the league phase. We finished 7th in that, so automatically through to the latter knockout stages. Everton, Chelsea, Sevilla, Bayern Munich as expected to be on there. Hearts was a bit of a surprise. FC Cologne, us and Clermont Foot as well in there. No real big teams missing out. Maybe you'd say Braga from Portugal probably should have got through at the expense of someone like Lugano or Zeszczynski Mostar. But yeah, it's sort of as expected. Genoa finishing rock bottom was a massive surprise. But yeah, we are into the round of 16. We're playing Zagreb, Sociedad are playing Clermont Foot, so that's 2 relatively big teams against each other. Seville have got WSG Tirol, Bodo Glimt have got Hearts, Nice have got Bayern Munich, Fenerbahce v Chelsea, CSK Sevilla v Everton, and Feyenoord versus FC Cologne. So if we can get past Zagreb, avoid Bayern Munich, Chelsea or Everton, we can progress a little bit further in the Europa League, which would be lovely. Bayern Munich are just destroying pretty much everyone in their wake in this competition. It's been pretty easy for them, to be honest. The FA Cup, we got knocked out by Wolves in the 4th round, and we're in the final of the Carabao Cup, which will be coming today. So a quick flick at the schedule. That's because I've got a Champions League filter on it, which is going to be useless for us this season. That's because I was taking some screenshots for the forum where I've been giving updates and things like that. So yeah, lots of green this season. It's been a very good season for us. The 4-1-3-2 doing pretty well. You can see here I trialled a new system against Budapest Honved in the 4-2-4, which worked. We got a 2-1 win. Against Bolton, went back to the 4-2-3-1 asymmetric system that we've got. And then we started introducing this sort of 4-4-2 diamond, which is working pretty well. We actually used it in the first leg against Wolves to try and get a breakthrough and really dominated them. Norwich, we used it in the, I think later on, or did I stick? Yes, no, we did use it in the second half to try and get a breakthrough. Didn't, but created a lot of good chances. Used it in Wolves and then lost 3-1, but we, as you can see, it's 3 iterations of it, so we sort of were messing around with it a little bit. And I would argue we only lost because Eric Klingspor got sent off just after half-time in the 51st minute, and Daniel Schneider completed his hat-trick after that. And then we've just played West Ham playing it, and we've actually dominated West Ham in this game and lost 3-2 just to Etienne Ake's brilliance, I think is what we'll call it. But yeah, the XG, okay, they're better XG than us, but we actually played really well, created some really good chances. I think we did well in the game. West Ham are they're a very good team, although we're above them in the league. Was it the Wolves 0-0 that I'm thinking of then? So you see here we changed just around half-time, got into it, started dominating the game, but neither team could score. The Norwich 0-0. Again, we dominated it a little bit. They got back into... Actually, we're in yellow, I think, because we're away. No, we were white. Definitely white. We had all the match momentum, but couldn't score the goal. XG being pretty even. The 3-1 against Wolves was the game we absolutely dominated, but just couldn't score the goals. Even after Klingspor got sent off 51st minute, we still created a few good chances, but couldn't put them away. So it's intriguing. We're on a pretty bad run to come into the cup final with, one win. Well, no wins in the month of February. 2 draws, one in the league and one in the FA Cup. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We can use the 4-4-2. We can change to the 4-3-2-0 strikerless system. I'm just happy to be in the EFL Cup final. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that we've made it this far. It's been really good. As I said, it's been a great season. We did say we're going to focus this season on the league, and by having the Europa League and being able to rotate lineups and play a lot of the youngsters, Michael Schmidt getting a game against Honved as well. It's been pretty good, actually. It's been pretty good. You can see we kept rotating all the way up till the end. In fact, we'll have a quick look at this highlight of their 96th minute goal, because in the 96th minute, it's one hell of a strike to win the game. So Feyenoord goalkeeper Mayher plays it into Van der Velde, and he goes into De Jong. De Jong just lays it into Kalina, one touch, and then bang, from that far out in the 96th minute, he catches Carlos Victoriano off guard a little bit and fires it in to give Feyenoord a 2-1 win, which was annoying because we played a very rotated team and they've done very well in that game. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. But for now then, let's get into the game against Newcastle. We've had some very good training sessions. We've had the team are very well rested. We had some time off before this game. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how we get on. The Carabao Cup final then versus Newcastle in our 4-4-2 diamond shape. This is how it's looking at the moment. And it doesn't utilise the wingers we have, like Carl Kennedy, Gareth Earl, and the others on the left, whose name escapes me. Phil Carney is the main one on the left, and Joe Page. But all of those players can play in other positions that suit this shape as well. So it does still get the best out of our players, and it seems to be a bit more defensively solid and give us good creativity going forward. So we're going to try and use it in the cup final for our new system. Now, you can argue it's a risk changing a system that has got us really good performances, great results, maybe if we're not dominating games, to a system where we haven't won using this system, but we have dominated games and created good chances. So I think we give it a go. The only change we're probably going to go with is Klingspor in for Matthew Bissett in this role. Matthew Bissett can likely go on the bench. It's just, who do you go on the bench for? Now, I don't think we need Gareth Earl and Carl Kennedy on the bench, so I think you'll come on for Gareth Earl. But yeah, you've been a little bit annoyed, Matthew. You're actually not annoyed anymore, so let's give you a new contract before it expires. You're obviously a bit happy with the game time you've been getting, which has been as an impact sub, and we'll give you 30 grand, which I think is going to be a huge pay rise on what you've already got. We don't do any of that stuff. 30 grand. You want £48,000. I don't want to be offensive, Matthew, but you're being very, very greedy. 35. We'll give you 45. Now we'll give you 36. 36 and a half. Being generous. 40. We'll give you 37. There you go. 37. Sorted. Done. For a 4-year contract. Lovely stuff. I think we're going to stick with this lineup. Victoriano, Gray, Joseph, John Carpenter, Kai Harding, Atliberge, Klingspor, Mossametti, Alphakoff, Crimson Morin, Jake Mills in there. Alphakoff as the enganche, trying to just make things flow. That is what we try and get him to do with his passing, his technique. His ability on the ball is what we're trying to get him to utilise in that role. Mossametti, obviously, attacking midfielder, likes to run forward. Crimson Mori holds up the ball, does really well. Jake Mills is one of our better advanced forwards, although there are quicker advanced forwards, but his finishing and composure means that he's pretty good in that role. Klingspor and Atliberge can sort of rotate if we need them to, and we have the likes of Matthew Bissett and Phil Lewis on the bench. The other thing I really do like about this system is that it gives our Patreons more game time, which I shouldn't be basing this on. I should be trying to go for success, but this system does allow us to get a few more patrons on the subs bench and get in game time. And the key thing is to have replacements ready to come on. So Brian Dyson can come on at right back. Left back we can bring on Sanusi, or we can move McAdams there if we want to. Joe Page can come on up front. We've got Phil Lewis in the middle. We've got Matthew Bissett in the middle. Kyle Kennedy can come up front, or in the advanced role, or in the advanced central midfield role. So yeah, lots of options for us. The only thing we are going to do is start on balanced for this one, because Newcastle are a pretty good team. So hopefully we can come out of this one with a good win. I can explain tactically about what the 4-4-2 diamond that we've set up is going to do. Maybe we can do that. Maybe I can go through that and see how the game's going. But let's go with give them a memory that lasts a lifetime. Sick and tired of getting bad results. Yeah, let's say we're sick and tired of getting bad results, and then we'll be faithful after that and be like, go out there, make me proud. I've got faith in you. Let's see what can happen. So we're lining up in a 4-4-2 diamond, a bit more of a traditional shape than we're used to seeing for Guiseley. We've been through our lineup. This is Newcastle lining up in a 5-4-1-2. Wow, okay. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to play a 4-3-3 DM. Okay, there's some things we can possibly do against this system. Let me just check. Yeah, we got the speed is all good and things like that. Now, normally against the sort of 5 at the back system, I play a really high line so that they can't get the ball out. Whereas at the moment, we're playing a standard defensive line. So I think we'll see how it sort of unfolds to start. Hopefully we get a bit of an action-packed game. We are only on key highlights, but that's useful, isn't it? So we've got white v white. How do I know which one's which? That is rubbish. 0.08. Right, we're this one. We're at the moment the top white line. That is what we currently are, as we passed the first 10 minutes. So let's go like that, and we are the white up here. This is going to be confusing, isn't it? 20 minutes gone, 0-0. Not much to talk about at the moment. We seem to be having the better of the game as Gray comes forward down the right hand side on a yellow card already, which is a little bit infuriating. Into the box, Gray's done really well. Good save from Schmidt to turn it around the post. A really good run from Aaron Gray at right back. He does have a lot more freedom in this sort of shape, as Alfakov is going to take the corner, swings it in, headed away by El Shanawi, and Gray's there to pick up the loose ball again, but that will be the end of that highlight. Hunt with a free kick from long range. Victoriano can just see that one over the bar. No threat there. 30 minutes gone. We do seem to be on top of this one at the moment, but a game can turn in an instant, especially in a cup final. I think we're just going to demand a little bit more for the last 5 minutes of this half, as Newcastle have a corner. Yates is going to swing this one in. Pinto hits it against the bar, and Crimson Mori clears away. And that is the biggest chance of the game so far, with Pinto hitting the bar for Newcastle, as Kai Harding puts a good foot in and clears it away for a throw-in. Yeah, dangerous stuff from Newcastle. Again, the XG on that chance really wasn't that much, and he hit the bar with it. They've made one sub at half-time, bringing on Robbie Duffy. Wonder if that means a change of system for them. At the moment, I think we're going to keep it as it is. So we can win this, keep your hard work up, keep it going, and we'll, again, do a bit of a faith thing like that. But this is what I mean. This diamond seems to allow us to dominate games a little bit more, although Newcastle put it in with Duff. Villas Boas at the back post. Bizarro with a header. It's gone past the post. I think Victoriano had that one covered. So we'll just give them a bit more encouragement and look to get some fresh legs on in about 5 minutes, I think, as Newcastle just starting to take control of the game. Pinto into Jensen. It's up in the air, and, well, El Shanawi attacked it above Kai Harding. Got there first. I think we are just going to push. We're just going to push our line up just a little bit. They're getting out and getting sort of wedged in our half. Now here's Mossametti. In it goes towards John Carpenter. Come on! John Carpenter, what a time to get your first goal of the season. It's in the League Cup final. It's Mossametti with a free kick to the back post. And John Carpenter, he is towering above his man. Great header, though, against 2 people. And he puts us 1-0 up in the League Cup final. And I think on the hour mark, we'll use that as an opportunity to potentially get some fresh legs on. Aaron Gray off for Brian Dyson. John Cummins is actually a bit knackered. Kai Harding's doing all right at the moment, fitness-wise. I do just want to make sure that we're not going to give anything away cheaply. So I think fresh legs is the number for the day. So Matthew Bissett on in the middle as well. That's the first 2 subs that we're going to do in the cup final. And I'm excited by this. We need to keep this going. Kai Harding up to Jake Mills, who's been pretty quiet today. Here's Burge. Bissett, who's got on verge of a new contract. John Carpenter holds on to it. Just goes back to Victoriano. Don't mind that at all. Joseph. Lots of space in front of him. He brings the ball forward. He's still going, the centre-back. Kennedy Joseph. Down the line into Dyson. Dyson's there. Can he get the cross in? Cuts back. It's there. Alfakov. Back to Atli Burge. It's over the bar. And they're taking off El Shanawi and bringing on a new player to replace him. Who came on there? Nevitt at wing-back came on. So I think we're going to sort of try and counteract that and do Kai Harding off. Sanusi on at left-back. He's not the best left-back, but I'm hoping he can make it work. And Atli Burge in the middle is looking a little bit tired. So Phil Lewis coming on in the playmaking role in there. With your passing 13, technique 12, you should be pretty good in that position. We could put Matthew Bissett back there. I think we will. I think we'll just switch you 2 over. Get Matthew Bissett dictating the play from the back. Leaves us with 1 substitute remaining as we head into the final 20 minutes of this game. Let's give them a bit more praise as soon as we can again, because 1-0 up against Newcastle. The lines, I'm so confused by the lines. I don't know which one's us. Duff swings it in. It's a header. Victoriano with a save and Pizarro on the rebound, but he could be offside. Victoriano is appealing. They're all sort of surrounding the ref. VAR says it's given. It's 1-1 with 10 minutes to go. Duff swings it in. It's a fantastic save from Victoriano to start, but Pizarro's there. Nearly missed it. Nearly hit it straight at Victoriano. But Newcastle, late on in the game, make it 1-1. I feel like we need something a bit different up front. And I think it'll be Alfakov coming off. Yeah, let's get Andrew Neeson on in there. He's one of the better players at the club, Neeson. He's a little bit unfortunate to miss out at this stage, but he is coming back from a bit of an injury. 1-1. I'm going to assume this is Newcastle's line for XG, because that chance was pretty much unmissable as Dyson picks it up on the right into Neeson. Up it goes to Mosametti. Fall through. Jake Mills. Jake Mills is in. Jake Mills! Oh, what a save from Schwint. I called him Schmidt before, but it's actually a W. It's Schwint. Oh, what a save. Mosametti with the corner. Surely it's a winner if we score now. Mosametti swings in. Carpenter, he's got 2 in the final. Come on. John Carpenter makes it 2-1 with not very long to go. Oh my word. What a performance from Guiseley. Mosametti into the near post. John Carpenter, high on confidence after his first goal of the game, has got his second goal of the season. And oh my word. Right. Don't run at defence. Don't play out of defence. Let's get the ball forward quickly. Pass it into space still. That's fine. Come back. Come back. Don't get stuck in. Don't go and press them down. Don't go and do that. Stay on your feet. In transition, we'll regroup. We'll hold our shape. We'll slow the pace down. And then we're going to go to the flanks. No, long. We're just going to go long with the goalkeeper. And yeah, let's just see this out. Let's just see this out. John Carpenter stepping up when it's needed, and that is good. Surely that's it. It's 7 minutes. It's all over. Come on! We've won the EFL Cup. We've finally got a piece of major silverware in this save, and it's John Carpenter, captain for the day, Captain Fantastic, with 2 goals in the final to beat Newcastle. Come on! I'm so happy to win the League Cup. I'm so happy to win the League Cup. It's such a nonsense trophy in real life, but I mean, I'd take Man United winning it. I always take winning trophies at all costs, but I would just bin it off and give the teams a bit more of a rest. But yeah, we've won it. Come on. Hooray. Lovely stuff there for the team as we win the EFL Cup final against Newcastle at Wembley. John Carpenter there celebrating with the trophy. Oh, yeah, I always like to check who bought out the little... I think that could be Kai Harding. I think Kai Harding's a bit smaller. It could be the other centre-back, actually. It could be Kennedy Joseph. But a fantastic performance, a 92nd minute winner in what was a very even game. But the 4-4-2 Diamond gets its first win live on camera in the EFL Cup final. Come on. So with that being done, we've guaranteed a spot in Europe next year, I think, as well as Brian Dyson picked up a little injury that we can let the physio deal with. We lift the EFL Cup with John Carpenter, reigning supreme, an 8.9 with 2 goals in the final. Absolutely superb. 100k for winning it. The money doesn't really matter. But Nichols leads glory, or Guiseley to glory, is what you want to see. Kostas Papatheo, who was Connor, that was Connor, original Connor, has labelled Dave Nichols a true legend of the game following his successful stewardship of Guiseley to an EFL Cup win. The board are delighted. We get our name on a piece of silverware, and John Carpenter was bloody fantastic. And you scored. Keep up the good work. That is absolutely amazing. Right, we're going to be back later on this month to go through Youth Intake Day. And the preview we had was shocking. It was like, I think C was the best rated player we had. So it could be a very quick one where if it is, we'll do a match in there as well. But yeah, we'll be back for Youth Intake Day in March. And then we'll get to the end of this season and see how we do. But that, I think, has guaranteed us a Europa League spot. Does the Carabao Cup... Does the EFL Cup give you a spot in Europe? Winner qualifies for the UEFA Europa Conference League. So whatever happens, we're in a European competition next year. Thank you so much for watching. We are the winners of the Carabao Cup. I'll catch you in the next episode. Cheers.